Let me ask y'all this real quick before we even get to this topic. What would you guys grade this season so far?
As a whole?
Yeah, like if you just had to give this season a grade.
Everything. It ain't an A. It's not an A.
Like a B or something like that? Like a B minus like that?
I put a B because there are a lot of things here. So one, guys, that there have been guys we've wanted. It always sucks to see guys not healthy, right? So we're seeing a bunch of dudes who are not there. You know, Anthony Davis, obviously. You know, the entire. You know, but then again, there was a lot of really entertaining stuff that happens. There was the Harden trade, which was one of the bigger trades since the last Harden trade. Then
the last one. That's the last big one since he
right. You got the two biggest trades in the last 5 years, and within a year.
That's so bad,
so
bro.
dumb, bro.
That's so bad.
Dumb.
In less than a year.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Bad.
That's crazy.
Well, when he got traded to Brooklyn in what, 2021?
Yep.
2020.
Was it 2020?
It was 2020. So it's a year. He's been there a year and a half. That's basically
really late 2022.
Year and a quarter. Year and 2 years.
Stupid.
Ain't that's insane to think about. He doing his thing. But there's been entertainment. I think the All-Star game was really good. Just considering everything, I'd put it around a B. As I said, it's always disappointing seeing guys not in the lineups and all of that. You know, but overall, I think we haven't gotten a lot of like crazy signature games. You know what I'm saying? Like we've had some good ones, but we haven't. Like I remember 2016, there were just some insane, iconic games that happened that year. You talk about, obviously the circumstances were different, but you talk about Steph's game against OKC. You know, then you talk about Kobe's last game, and you talk about Golden State beating that, you know, hitting the 73 mark. So,
man, it was just the 6-year anniversary of Steph hitting that shot against OKC. I think last week, bro. I think last week. So I think it happened in February or something. So late February, like February 28th, I can't remember. But dude, the way he pulled up, I don't know if you remember where he pulled off. It was almost half court.
I did not watch the game. To this day, I'm mad at myself for that.
That's one of the biggest games in NBA history because you know they was on that 73-9 type season, whatever. Yeah. KD and them was doing their thing. They actually had a 10-point lead with 3 minutes left. Mm-hmm. Steph hit about 2 threes in a row. Boom. They only, back then with them Warriors, you have a big lead. You 15-point lead with 4 minutes ain't shit for them.
That was when they was in third quarter demons. They used to kill them third quarter. Did you catch that game live, Blake? I maybe the only one that didn't catch it live.
I don't remember it. I remember watching like the highlights, but I don't think I saw it live.
Yeah, that's when that Saturday primetime stuff started. That was the first game I think ever for Saturday night.
Yeah, that is when they started that primetime stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So decent season, but as I mentioned, there are a lot of really weak, whack ass storylines throughout the year. A lot. I'm gonna go off. We're gonna name the most obvious one here. I know we talk about him every episode. We talked about him already, but the Lakers storyline is the most tragic. Probably the most tragic team story. I mean, they have time to clean it up.
They suck. That's ain't nothing.
We gonna keep saying
they just suck. They're terrible.
We gonna keep saying they have time, and before you know it, the season gonna be over.
Right. But
at this point, I really don't want to see them make the playoffs. Just because I really don't want to.
Well, you didn't want to see them make it.
Yeah, anyway.
So that's not.
Well, yeah, but still, I don't. Still,
it'd be a hell of a comeback though if they can do it. It'd be a hell of a comeback.
They're like
too bad they won't.
They're 6 games below 500 right now, right? Because they were 7, I guess, right? And they won.
What's 35 minus 28? Yeah, that's what 7 games.
6. Yeah, it was 7, but then they won last night, so they're making 6. Yeah. But I don't know. I have to see them win next week. I have to see them go undefeated type shit.
Yeah.
To like
which they won't.
I don't know if they will even think they're serious because we've seen it before. They have a good game, good like quality win, and then they come back and lose like 3 out of the next 5, or 4 out of the next 5, or shit, maybe 5 in a row.
It's just crazy how much we expected and how bad it's been. You know what I'm saying? Even down to the Anthony Davis injury, that's probably the worst one. Because I really just think my biggest issue with this team is they never Vogel. We always know how hard it is to make a super team work. This is a super team on paper, without a doubt. Even Russ is still coming off of the Wizards. Russ was still a superstar. I don't care what anybody says. So
now,
right. But it was a super team, and you really hate. And when you have a super team, you have to figure out ways. The worst thing to happen with a super team is to have unhealthy guys. You know, because if that ends up happening, your coach can't figure out what works. So we criticize Vogel a lot, but he was tasked with a very, very tough task, and that's trying to figure out what was going to make those 3 guys work on the court together. You know, this was supposed to be the season where Anthony Davis started at center, you know, for the first time in his career for like an 82-game stretch, or however much they thought he was going to play at the beginning of the year, and that just never happened. because he was hurt. You know what I'm saying? So like, there have been guys we like THT, even his decline, we kind of saw it coming. But even him,
I thought he was gonna be pretty good.
Not like this though. His on-court awareness has been terrible.
Yeah.
Like he'd throw the ball at the damn backboard. Dude not looking, he'd throw it behind his head. I'm like, dude. And then when he shoots, he overshoots half the time he shoots the damn ball. I'm like,
misses a lot of defensive assignments too.
He pisses me off the most on the team.
Yeah, he does. There'd be times where I'd be looking like, why is he even in this late lineup? Like he puts him in the late lineup too. But even so, like with him, it's crazy how highly we thought of him last season compared to now.
And now he sucks.
I ain't gonna say it sucks, but also like I said, I just think we did agree with this. I did think this season was like we did have a whole pod. We talked about how this is gonna affect him. And then, it's just it's not been the best for him. I think he needs to go get traded to like a rebuilding team or whatever. Like wherever that's
Washington.
We not gonna really get anything back now because his value didn't drop. Now we would have made that trade last year. We would have got something nice.
His value is not. Here's the thing: his contract's not super high, so you can go move him for a younger team would take him. I think for draft capital. Or financial draft capital, I think, right now, or whatever. Maybe some other smaller role players. But his contract, it'd be different if he was making like 15 mil. Then you're talking about a dude that's going to be tough to trade. Right now, he's making.
I'm just basing off. Didn't we give him a contract extension?
You did, but it wasn't. It wasn't like it's not like
it wasn't. It was something. It was a little hush money.
Yeah, a little hush money. Some you can move him. Yeah. Some you can get something back for him when you decide to move him. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like Kuzma. Kuzma got more than him, obviously, but Kuzma, we knew they were kind of prepping him to get his ass traded. So that made
he's actually playing just like Kuzma, like the same knucklehead mistakes on the court.
A little worse too, because at least Kuzma would do some. Kuzma had some good games. I don't remember a great THT game this season.
It all comes full circle.
Uh-oh. I know what he mean by that too.
That's digging. Let me see. So
it comes, and I loved it.
You know what else came full circle? That's another whack ass storyline is the Hawks. That's what other came full circle.
They've been mid this whole season.
Yeah, I can't give him it. What's the excuse? I can't say DeAndre Hunter because he was unhealthy for a little bit. I can't say that because remember he was unhealthy.
The only thing I can think of is just like. I guess injuries, and then just luck.
Guess what?
I'm talking about for others. I'm talking about last year playoff.
I know what it is. It was a fluke last year. That's what it was.
Oh my god,
it was a fluke.
But I'm not gonna lie. They should. Even if let's say it was a fluke, they still should be 10 times better than this.
Oh yeah, they should.
No, they should. But I'm just saying that's how sometimes you could define a fluke. Just followed up the next season. They have the same exact players and they're struggling. Like that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, and it's been still struggling on the defensive end, which is crazy to me because
but Trey's still balling. They ain't on him.
Still hooping. Yeah, Trey is
still hooping. So everybody else, they need to look at each other because they ain't him.
Yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Right. Yeah, it was disappointing seeing the Hawks kind of fall off, and then I didn't know what their thing is though. Also, I didn't know how they're going to follow it up because I didn't think they were going to make another conference finals run. Because of how everything else right now is looking out the Eastern Conference, and we didn't even know Philly was going to end up having Harden, so all that. But I think I expected them to follow it up. I think what my follow up for them, what I envisioned was us knowing that this is going to be a playoff team for the next couple of years, and this is going to be a top 5, top 6 Eastern Conference squad over the next couple of years. You know what I mean? It could still happen, but I expected that to just be the norm after making that run last season. And now we're looking at them and they're, trying to squeak in and secure a spot at the bottom of the Eastern Conference and the play-in and all of that stuff. So disappointing for them. Trey's still doing his thing. I was also kind of disappointed in the Cam Reddish thing. Like I feel I was waiting for him to make that major leap and he never really did. So we'll see what happens. But
he's one of them players I don't think. Okay, I can put half of them on him because he still is he's the NBA player, so he has to take some of the blame. But I also think the coaches don't actually help him out and putting him in the right position to get where he needs to be as a player.
Yeah. It's been that way really since college too, because I always feel like he was a shell of himself throughout his basketball career post high school.
I think, everybody in high school used to say. I remember Anthony Edwards used to tape Anthony Edwards. He said, look, they were all talking to each other. It was Ken Red. I mean, it was Anthony Edwards and the other dudes. I don't. The other dudes.
I know you're talking about. I remember. I don't remember all the names, but I know you're talking about.
It was Trendon Wofford.
I knew he would know.
Anthony Edwards. Boogie Ellis.
Blake know all them dudes.
You know all them niggas, damn.
He loved college basketball and high school. That's all he watched.
I think that was it because I think they was at one of them camps talking about the
He said they asked Anthony Edwards how much he gave you. He said, man, shit, he gave me 46.
Yeah, he was like the boogeyman in high school.
And then he said he gave you 46. He said, man, dog, he gave me 50.
Yeah, he was like the boogeyman in high school. So yeah, and he gets to Duke and he's just kind of in the corner all the time. Then he gets to
that's kind of expected when you got RJ and Zion up there. So
fair, true.
He needs to get to that one team. I'm sorry, this kind of sounds stupid. He needs to get to one team where they just suck. So he can just get. So no, I'm just saying. So he can kind of get that little solo act. So he can get kind of just show his talent what it is, and then so a team can build around him. I don't know if that's probably not going to happen.
No, it can happen this season. Knicks.
It could.
But the Knicks not going to do it. I don't think unless they fire Tom Thibodeau or something. I don't see that.
Fire his ass.
You think they go fire
him? They won't fire Tom.
They won't. Not yet.
If they go and rebuild a position, I think they will. Get Julius Randle the hell up out of here.
Yeah, if they rebuild that, I think they'll build around him and RJ Barrett.
Yep.
But Tom Thibodeau's not going to let that happen because clearly Tom Thibodeau has something against Cam Reddish. I think that's obvious.
I said it last episode. Tom Thibodeau is probably one of the worst coaches to ever put on a rebuilding team. He is gonna
too hard. That's why when they hired him, the fans. This one thing I agree with the Knicks fans. I don't really care for him. Yeah. I agree with this. When he got hired, they didn't like it.
Yeah,
and I understood why because he's hard on young players and he just kind of gets on people's nerves. I'm being honest. That's like been his MO.
His ass is out, in my opinion. As long as this Knicks thing is over, this little playoff thing, they thought they would go with his ass.
Oh yeah, I would personally fire him, but I just don't think because the Knicks,
how they go.
The people in charge are kind of stupid over there. So
hard-headed motherfuckers. What else? So I mean, even them, like they're another really trash storyline because of how great they were last year. And like I said, it was so funny to me. It's so funny seeing teams make the additions they need to make and they still suck. Like I remember us saying all they need is some more offense. They go out and get Kemba. Kemba was like, okay. But they go out and get Kemba. They go out and get Evan Fournier. Those are two dudes who can take pressure off of Julius Randle scoring-wise, and they still suck on both ends. They got worse defensively.
Evan only performed against the Celtics, feel like.
Right. Evan be having some games where I be like, this dude. But then again,
he does be having games, but then he'll let you down and then kind of fall back down to earth. So you can't figure out what type of player he is, honestly.
It sucks so much because I was really excited for New York to actually be good for the next couple of years. You know what I mean? Because I'm not
too bad they won't.
Because I'm not a Knicks fan, but like it's cool seeing
I'm starting to think you are.
No, but it wasn't dope seeing Trey like them talking shit to Trey in the Garden and all that. Like that was good to see. That was good basketball outside of the spitting on.
I like